Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. Nice to see you all again. Today's workout, we are just using a mat and we are going to be doing a Pilates sequence. So, need no equipment, no shoes, barefoot, comfortable clothes, water bottle, and I will meet you over at the mat. So the first thing before we start, what I wanted to talk about for a moment is just your breath during the session today. So a little different than our yoga breathing. In Pilates, what I want you to think about doing is inhaling through your nose so that we fill up the lungs, lift the diaphragm, and then when we exhale, we want to exhale through pursed lips as if you were saying the word ooh. So doing that again, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips. And the reason why we're doing that is as we control the exhale, that's going to force our powerhouse or our core to engage tightly. That's all you need to remember. Of course, the most important thing is to breathe. If you don't remember the correct way of breathing, that's okay. Just make sure you're not holding your breath. So we're going to start in a standing position. So I'd like you to come over to the front of your mat. We're going to start with a controlled sit down. So hands resting on our elbows, arms up to the height of the shoulders, about parallel to the floor. Without sticking the tailbone out behind you, we're going to come down in a controlled sit to the mat. So left to right foot behind one another, bending the knees, tailbone comes straight down to the floor, coming all the way down to our mat, and arms resting comfortably at our sides. Now, before we go any farther, I want you to think about the distribution of your body weight on the ground. So even between your left and right side, even between the shoulder blades, even between the hips. And then from here, we are going to bring our legs together. Okay, so ankles are glued. The feet are in the shape of the letter V, and I want you to think about pulling everything up and in and up towards your belly button. This is called our Pilates stance. From here, as we inhale, we're going to hinge from the hips and bring the legs straight up and towards the ceiling. From this position, forehead glues towards the chest, shoulder blades float up and off the floor, and the fingertips reach forward. Starting with the Pilates 100, as we pump our arms up and down 5 times, we take a big inhale. Exhale for 5. Inhale 5. And exhale 5. Now, if this position gives you any discomfort in your lower back, you can bend the knees. If you'd like to increase the degree of difficulty, drop the legs slightly. Keep going. Let's go 2 more. And upper body relaxes all the way down. Both legs come all the way down into the floor. Next, we're going to move into a Pilates roll-up. So from here, please bring your arms up and overhead. Now, we want to make sure that the arms don't release completely behind us. So the hands and forearms are lifted up and off the ground. From here, watch me first. I'm going to lift my arms up. Come all the way up into a seated position. Once I'm here, drawing that navel in, I'm going to reach as far as I can. As I inhale, come back up, sit tall, and like a strand of pearls, we're going to bring the spine down to the floor, nice and controlled. Exhale, arms up above the head. So begin, inhale, lift. As we start to round, exhale, and reach. And again, going all the way down. Now, if you have any difficulty coming all the way down and lifting all the way back up, you don't need to use the full range of motion. So from a seated position, start to round. When you feel like you can't go down any farther, simply lift all the way back up again. Keep going. Notice as I reach forward, I'm tucking the chin into the chest. Awareness is on the abdominal wall. From the ribs all the way down towards the hips. Let's do 1 more. Nice and tall, rounding down slow. And arms going back down to your sides. Now, if you've shifted on your mat like I have, just switch the body forward so that the body feels the mat and isn't resting on the ground or the floor. From here, we're going to get into the single leg circle. So I'd like you to bring your right knee up towards your chest. Lift that right foot up towards the ceiling. Lift the upper body up and take a look down at your left foot. From here, I'd like you to line up your your left big toe with your nose. Squeeze everything in. Upper body relaxes down to the ground. Bringing that right foot into that Pilates stance, so outward rotation to the knee and the hip. Arms rest on the floor. Option here is to bend the knee. Again, any discomfort, please bend your knee. In this movement, we want to keep our hips glued to our mat. So as we inhale, we're going to simply draw a circle on the ceiling without lifting the hip. Inhale as we draw half the circle, exhale as we draw the other side. So bent knee looks like that, straight leg looks like this. And again, depending on range of motion, if you feel like you have a bigger range of motion and your hips can remain glued to the floor, please draw a little bit of a bigger circle. If you feel that the hips are moving, then let's make a little circle. Let's go 8 more. Don't forget that breath. Beautiful. Changing direction now, other way. Inhale, circle, exhale, lift. Bent knee option looks like this. Four more. Last 2. And 1 more, please. Excellent. Lowering that leg all the way down to the ground. Taking the knees out. Let's change sides. Left leg comes up. Straightening that leg up. Grabbing onto the leg. Right big toe in line with the nose. Upper body relaxes down. Outward rotation through that toe. Inhale as we circle. Exhale as we close. Here's 8. 7. 6. 5. Again, smaller or bigger circle up to you. Making sure those hips are glued. 3. 2. And 1. Other way, please, for 8. 7. I think I'm getting rained on. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful. Lowering all the way down to the floor. Shaking the knees out. Right leg coming up. I'd like you to place your right hand underneath that left knee joint. Right hand comes down towards the ankle. Lifting the left leg up, lining up that knee with the right big toe. Shoulder blades float up and off the ground. Tucking the chin into the chest, I'd like you to think about bringing your forehead towards the knee. Take a big breath in. As we exhale, pulse that leg, so pull it towards you twice, and then switch sides. Eight more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Please keep the shoulder blades up and off the ground. Straighten the legs this time into scissors. Take a big breath in. Exhale, pulse, and switch. Last 2. And both knees in towards the chest. So I'd like you to grab onto the ankles and tuck yourself tight like a ball. Take a big breath in. Exhale, squeeze a little tighter. This time as we inhale, open up arms and legs. Exhale, circle squeeze and hold. Inhale, open. Exhale, circle squeeze and hold. Let's go 8 more. Last 2. Excellent. Relaxing all the way down to the floor. Taking both legs straight out in front. Big reach. Shaking the legs out. Okay. Bringing both heels in towards the seat. And grabbing onto one leg, rolling ourselves all the way up. And now from here, I'd like you to take your legs just wider than your mat. So in this position, toes are pointed up and towards the ceiling. Both arms are going to come up and to the height of the shoulders. Now from here, I'd like you to imagine as if you had a beach ball in front of you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a big breath in, sit tall, and on the exhale, draw that belly button up and in, and round over the beach ball, reaching as far forward as you can. On the inhale, let's lift up. Sit tall, 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 tall. Exhale here, do it again. Inhale, reach, 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 reach. Keep those arms parallel to the ground, look down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit Pull that belly button in. Beautiful. Again, 2 more. All the way up. And last one. All the way back up, sit tall, sit tall, sit tall, and relax all the way down. Okay, getting into the saw now. Both arms coming up into the height of the shoulders. Reaching to either side of the room, take a big breath in. On the exhale, please twist, rotate through your spine towards that right foot and saw that baby right to the left toe. As you inhale, come all the way back to the middle. Exhale, rotate the other way and saw that baby left toe. Beautiful. Inhale, sit tall, tall, tall. Twist. 4 more here. Last 2. And 1 more. Excellent. Both arms coming down to our sides, both feet together. I'd like you to turn and face me. Okay, so facing forward. I'm on my left side. You will probably be on your right. Elbow is underneath the shoulder. Shoulder, hips, and knees are in a straight line. I'd like you to stack one foot in front of the other. From here, lifting the hips up and off the ground. And the top arm lifts up and towards the ceiling. Gaze drops towards the floor. You may remember this from the other day. As we inhale, we're going to lower down. Exhale, lift the hips back up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Small change though. From here, please roll forward onto the forearms, onto your toes or balls of the feet in a front plank position. So remember, palms stacked one on top of the other at the elbows and then arms are open. That's good positioning. Hands can be here or here. Holding. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it a little longer. 4, 3, I forgot how to count. 2, release. Take a little stretch back. We're going to go to the other side. I'm switching so you can see me. Opposite elbow. Underneath the shoulder. Shoulder, hips, knees, ankles in a straight line. Feet are stacked one on top of the other. Option here is to bend the back knee. That's going to shorten the lever and make this a little bit easier for you. Once again, lifting up. Reach. Gaze to the ground. Lower and lift the hips for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Take the hands to the center, into that front plank, holding. Keep that belly button drawn in, lift out of the shoulders, squeeze the glutes. Four, 3, 2, and time. Knees drop to the ground, sitting back into the heels, just a little bit of a stretch. Okay, now from here, coming up onto your knees. From this position, I'd like you to tuck your toes underneath, make 2 fists with your hands, and I'd like you to place those fists just in those little pockets on the lower portion of your spine, just above the seat. Now, once we are here, release the feet, take a big breath in. I'd like you to tighten your seat, and on the exhale, gently push the hips forward and allow your gaze to naturally lift upwards. This is option 1. Tightening that seat. Option 2 is to reach back, grabbing onto the ankles, being very careful not to collapse. Squeeze that seat. Hands coming back to the spine, all the way back, and into an all-fours position. Okay, I'm just going to move to the center of my mat. Palms are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. From this position, left leg goes straight back, followed by the right arm. You may recognize this from earlier. Little change. Left leg comes back. Take that right arm and reach towards your foot. If you can't reach the foot, that's okay. If you can, clasp onto that foot and gently allow the foot to sink into the fingertips. And breathe. Extending the leg and the arm back out, and back to the middle. Other side. Right leg out, followed by the left arm. From here we bend that right knee, Left arm comes back, reaching towards the ankle if you can, otherwise clasping the foot. Gently extending the arm and the leg, all the way down. Beautiful. Tucking the toes underneath, walking the hands back. I'd like you to glue your hips to the back of the room without sticking that tailbone out. Walk the hands all the way up the body. Take a big breath in and exhale to the side. Okay, getting into a Pilates push-up. So coming down onto the floor, where I'd like you to imagine as if there were a wall behind you. So I don't want to see any of this. Keep that tailbone tucked in line with the spine. And we're going to use a 4 count to come down to the mat. So hands go quad, floor, floor, and floor. Okay, getting into a Pilates push-up now. So knees drop. Hands should be underneath the armpits. From here, elbows tight to the body. We're going to lower down towards the mat. And then exhale as we lift back up. We're doing 10. Ready? Let's go. Inhale, lower. Come on, 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Sit back into the heels. Take a big stretch back. Coming all the way back into that forward-facing position. Sitting cross-legged. I'd like you to take your left or right arm out beside you. Sit nice and tall through your spine. And then grab onto the earlobe. Gently pull the ear towards the shoulder. We're almost done. Nice big stretch through that neck. For those of us working from home, sitting at your computer all day. From this position, opening up the eyes, keep your head in the same spot. I'd like you to take that, for me it's my left hand, if you're doing opposite of me it's your right hand. Take your chin and tuck it into the armpit as if you were looking down and behind the shoulder. Drop your chin to the chest. Gently look right, roll down, look left. And then all the way to the middle and back to center. Let's do the other side. Opposite hand reaches out. Sitting tall, grab the earlobe, pull the earlobe down to the shoulder. Create that space between the earlobe and the shoulder. Take a big breath in. Closing the eyes as you exhale and create space, melting away any tension you might be feeling here. Very nice. Keeping your head where it is, open the eyes. Take the opposite hand on the chin, tuck that chin into the chest, lift the whole shoulder, deep breath. On the knees, rolling the chin to the center, looking left, rolling, looking right, coming all the way back to the center. You are done. Bring the hands out in front of you. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all tomorrow.